100 members of the 6th Battalion, the Royal Melbourne Regiment, are on parade as the regimental colours are trooped to mark the centenary of the regiment. The reviewing officer is the General Officer Commanding Southern Command, General Garrett, and the parade is commanded by the commanding officer of the unit, Colonel Davies. The regimental band wears the colourful uniform of the Royal Fusiliers City of London Regiment, with which it is affiliated. The history of the regiment began at the time of the Crimean War, with the establishment of the Victorian Volunteer Rifle Regiment. During the Boer War, the regiment served with distinction, winning its first battle honours. Further battle honours were won during the Great War, when members of the unit went overseas with the 6th Infantry Battalion AIF. They gained many awards, including a Victoria Cross. In 1921, the name of the unit was changed to the Melbourne Regiment, and in 1935, the prefix Royal was bestowed. Many members went overseas with the 2nd AIF, while the unit itself served in Australia until the cessation of hostilities, when it was disbanded. In 1948, the unit was reformed, and today, the colours are trooped so that members may pay homage to the traditions of the regiment. For service in Korea, a former adjutant of the regiment, Captain Hatfield, is presented with the United States Distinguished Flying Cross and Air Medal. Welcome. Graduates from the Army Apprentices School provide the highly skilled tradesmen who form an essential part of the Australian Army. The school gives 3 years of training to apprentices who are selected from applicants from all over Australia. Training is given in electrical, metal, building and motor vehicles trades. Each year, the Governor-General's Medal is awarded to the most outstanding apprentice of the graduating class in trade subjects, sport, regimental training and leadership. Graduates from the school are posted to appropriate units for their 4th and final year of apprenticeship training, after which they will take their place as fully qualified tradesmen in the complex organisation of the Australian Army of today. Eastern Command. Army and civilian staff combine at Victoria Barracks in an annual Christmas party for the youngsters. Slides, rockers, merry-go-rounds and train rides provide all the fun of the fair. But the arrival of Father Christmas with his bag of presents is the highlight of this special afternoon. At the 101st Transport Company, Father Christmas arrives in more traditional style, and some of the youngsters are lucky enough to have a special ride. Five spastic children are the guests of the Eastern Command Provo detachment at their Christmas party, and Father Christmas has a special word for these youngsters and helps to make their Christmas a happier one. Queenscliff. Each year, senior officers from all over Australia attend the annual conference and exercise conducted by the Chief of the General Staff. The purpose of a recent exercise was the study of the problems associated with defense against an enemy known to possess atomic weapons. One of the highlights of the exercise was a demonstration of the medical aspects of atomic warfare. This had been prepared under the supervision of the Director General of Medical Services, General Norris, who gave those who attended the exercise an opportunity to see the effects in realistic detail. The demonstration showed the devastating effect of an atomic bomb similar to the one dropped on Hiroshima. It is through exercises such as this that the Army studies the problems of modern warfare. At the end of the voyage from Busan, the leave ship comes alongside in Kure Harbor. A leave and convalescence center for members of the British Commonwealth Occupation Force has been established on the island of Miajima. The island lies off the coast of southern Honshu, about an hour's trip from Kure, and the troops are taken by truck to the ferry wharf. Here they embark in the launch, which will take them across the inland sea to the island. At the leave camp, everything is done to make the stay a pleasant one. The camp commandant has a word of welcome for the new arrivals, who are then shown to their sleeping quarters. The food is the best the Army can provide. The troops get their bearings from the panoramic map on the orderly room wall, which shows the many points of interest which they can visit during their stay. Miajima is an island of toys and souvenirs, and few can resist the attraction of the many open-fronted shops with their colorful wares. The sacred deer belong to Itsuku, the goddess of the island, and a few yen purchase a plate of special food which is passed through the wire to the animals. Also stabled on the island is Doigo, the emperor's white horse, which is housed in a luxurious stable close by the main temple. Miajima is a sacred island, and temples, shrine gates, tree-clad mountains, a ruined fortress, and colorful villages, allied with unbelievable peace, make it one of the great scenic resorts of the country. Miajima was old beyond memory when Genghis Khan ran riot across Asia, sweeping down through Korea and launching his hordes against the shores of Japan. On that occasion, the Shinto priests of Miajima prayed for the salvation of their country, and when the Mongol fleet came in sight of the island, their prayers were answered. A typhoon swept out of the Yellow Sea and destroyed the invaders. The typhoon was called the Kamikaze, or the Wind of the Gods, and became part of the religious tradition of the island. The name Kamikaze took on a new significance in World War II when the Japanese Air Force formed its suicide squadrons for a final stand against the Allied fleets. The suicide flyers were called kamikaze pilots, after the holy wind which saved their land centuries before. For them, Miajima became a kind of Garden of Eden, where they spent their last leave on Earth before taking off on their one-way missions. When the Second World War ended, the British Commonwealth Occupation Force took over the island as a convalescent center. Today, soldiers from Korea and from units in Japan spend their leave at Miajima. It is an island of peace. Nothing may die there, nor anything be born. It has seen violence, it has been invaded, typhoons have laid it waste, and earthquakes have tumbled its temples and shrines into the sea. But always it has arisen again, and for more than 2,500 years, it has been one of the great religious centers of Japan.